What is going on, you guys? It's your girl Diana, back at you with another YouTube video. The Japanese magazine Korokoro Comics has given us a first glimpse of the manga for the upcoming new Pokemon series. And there's actually a ton of very interesting manga panels for us to take a peek at. So let's go ahead and take a look. So I'm starting off here on NintendoLife.com, where they have a quick little blurb about what we know so far about the manga, like when it's supposed to start, and then we'll go ahead and hop over to Twitter and take a look at SOOOO Silver Art's page so we can look at all the actual manga panels that we have so far. So here on NintendoLife.com, it says new Pokemon anime stars are getting their own manga series. I like how it says the torchic has been passed now. We love a good dad joke. But the article says Japanese manga magazine Korokoro Comic has given us a first look at a brand new Pokemon manga which will feature the stars of the new anime season, which kicks off on April 14th in Japan. So it looks like the manga is literally going to be starting the day that the new anime airs in Japan. Shared on Twitter, the color cover depicts the two new Pokemon trailers. Trailers? I'm assuming it means protagonists, but Liko and Roy, along with Scarlet and Violet's adorable starter Pokemon. The manga will start in monthly Korokoro on the same day as the anime begins. This month's issue is really just an overview and a sneak peek at the manga series and some character bios, but it gives us another look at the two heroes we'll be getting acquainted with this year. As many have pointed out, Roy is holding a rather unusual looking Pokeball. We don't know exactly what the new Pokeball is capable of, but it looks like it'll be key to the new arc. And so hopping over to SOOOO Silver Art's Twitter page so we can actually get the full picture of what we can expect for the upcoming manga, this is the actual full art cover of the manga. So we can see Quaxly, Fuecoco, and Sprigatito, and of course Liko and Roy, and this is the Pokeball that they were talking about in the article. It does look like kind of like an ancient or very important Pokeball. I've heard some people speculate that maybe he's going to use it to catch legendary Pokemon, or maybe he's going to use it to catch the Titans that they introduced in the Scarlet and Violet games. I've heard all kinds of theories, but it's clear that they're making it a very focal point of this show because they literally show it in every single announcement that they have for the upcoming series, as well as Liko's Terra Shard necklace that we see here, which some people believe will also be connected to Terapagos, which is our newly introduced legendary that we will be able to encounter in the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet DLC. But this is a pretty clean looking cover, I'm not gonna lie. We did also get a couple of different manga panels that we can take a look at as well, like this one here of a shiny Rayquaza, which shiny Rayquaza has literally made its way into like every single trailer that we've had for the anime so far. So clearly this is gonna be a key factor in the anime as well, which is what kind of fueled the theory saying that Roy's ball was gonna be related to legendary Pokemon in some way, with some people thinking that maybe he's going to be able to catch Groudon and Kyogre since they keep talking about Rayquaza. They also gave us a nice throwback to the OG opening of 1, the Pokemon games, and 2, the original Pokemon anime, which is Gengar versus Nidorino, along with a couple of other snapshots of an Eevee that is playing with a Klefki, which is adorable, and a couple of Pikachus vibing with some other Pokemon. But the two most interesting panels that they shared are this one right here of Freed and Captain Pikachu, because in the back we can see a couple of Pokemon are being featured, which some people believe that this might actually be what Freed's team is, in addition to Pikachu, of course. Since there is 5 Pokemon, which with Pikachu would make a team of 6. So we can see that he might have an Alolan Muck, a Carkol, a Snorunt, an Elekid, and a Pawmi. A lot of baby Pokemon. But it looks like Freed will have Pokemon from various regions, which kind of makes sense with the entire open world concept that the new anime is supposed to have, since they're not going to be staying in the Paldea region, they're going to be traveling across the globe. So it doesn't really surprise me that Freed has Pokemon from literally like every region. We also got this panel right here of what appears to be a Pokemon professor throwing out a Pokeball, and then all of the starter Pokemon from every single region kind of lined up in the order that they were released by generation. So Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3, and so on. So they're really driving home the point that we're going to be seeing Pokemon from literally everywhere, which I think is pretty cool. I do hope that the Gen 9 Pokemon do get their time to shine though. And then the last manga panel that we got seems a little bit more intense than the last ones. So we have Liko, Roy, and of course the starters kind of running along, probably starting their journey, and we can see that Liko's pendant here is glowing. So maybe this is like the first time that she's gonna see a terastallized Pokemon. So maybe this will be the catalyst of what starts Liko and Roy's journey. Maybe they want to find out more about the terrestrial phenomenon. We also see Roy here with just a regular Pokeball, so maybe he'll trade up that Pokeball for his ancient, cool looking Pokeball. I wish I knew what these panels said, so if you know what they say, leave it down below in the the comments because I feel like that would definitely add a lot of context to what's going on here. But in the very last panel, we can see that the two protagonists are running forward towards the future. And something that I almost missed actually, if you look at the very bottom corner, you can see a cheeky little Rayquaza eye kind of hiding in the clouds. So maybe Rayquaza's kind of gonna act like Latios has been acting in the farewell season for Ash and Pikachu, how it's always kind of just following behind and keeping a watchful eye on Liko and Roy. Maybe it's there to protect them in some way, but he's definitely being sneaky, hiding in the clouds. But that is all of the information that we have so far on the upcoming manga for the brand new Pokemon series. Honestly, I think it looks pretty cool, and I feel like it kind of has like a more intense and darker vibe than Ash and Pikachu's anime, which I am all for that. We love a more mature anime, especially from the trailers, like when they showed a possible antagonist, the boy with the split hair with the SOOOO edge, and how it was like dark and rainy and cloudy and they were having a battle on top of a rooftop. So if they are going in a more like mature and like darker direction, I think that that would actually work well. Because like I've been saying, I want these characters to have like their own story and their own personalities and not just be like a copy and paste version of Ash. Because then at that point, I feel like they should have just stuck with Ash and Pikachu and not gone through all of this trouble of making new protagonists. So I'm hoping that we do get a new and fresh storyline. But I honestly love the art style. I love the way the manga looks so far. I think this is actually going to be a great series. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. But that is going to go ahead and wrap up today's video. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful or entertaining. And if you did, I kindly suggest that you consider subscribing so that I can continue to make content for you guys. And if you are already subscribed and you would like another way to support the channel, feel free to check out the merch store. There is a link down below in the description that takes you to not only my merch store, but also all of my other socials so you can keep up with what I'm doing on a daily basis. But thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you to those of you who have joined the channel as members. I appreciate you all so much. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.